movie review, aka After I Saw. And this time around, I'm going to be talking about the 2021 sci-fi romantic drama known as Bliss. Now, Bliss was written and directed by Cahill and tells the story of this man named Greg, played by Owen Wilson, who has recently just been divorced and he has most recently lost his job. And what happens is basically he comes across this mysterious woman named Isabel, played by Salma Hayek, who's trying to convince him the world he's living is a computer simulation. And he starts to explore this whole world of computer simulation, like technical stuff. And we see them two start becoming close to each other and learning more about like what world they should live in. So that's pretty much the story of Bliss. So I just finished watching Bliss today. Just came out on Amazon yesterday, so I just decided to give this a watch since it's another 2021 film. So before going into this film, I didn't know really much about this movie going into it. I didn't see the trailer, I just saw the poster. And I was familiar with the two main cast members. You got Owen Wilson and Salma Hayek, two really talented actors doing a sci-fi romantic drama. And this movie, I didn't really like this movie. I thought this was just a confusing film and it felt really boring. It's not the worst film I've seen in my life. No, it's not. It's not like one of those films I would hate with a burning passion, but I just didn't like this movie. It just felt confusing, it felt boring. The story just felt really confusing, and the writing had like a lot of exposition to basically explain to us audiences about this whole world we're in, and even the premise just felt like a complete knockoff to The Matrix. Like most sci-fi films nowadays, they just try to rip off The Matrix. There's a few I think there's a few I have seen, but this one didn't. It wasn't like you take like a red pill or blue pill for this movie. It's just like when you're like in this kind of machine, which it's not fin like The Matrix, where they sit in this machine and then they have their things like strapped to the back of the heads. No, they just put it on like their faces and we see them like going through another world or anything like that. It just felt confusing and it just kind of felt a complete knockoff. And even the effects for when we're in the computers, this technical world, they were decent. They weren't a big mess throughout the entire film. And even for some of those, there's a few scenes there when we see our two main characters using their powers, and like you're making even people fall or just whacking and all that kind of magic powers. It kind of reminded me of Chronicle, which I do like that film, and I will review that film on my channel. But the effects in the film were decent, and it almost felt too like like very dark and very violent, and it's not extremely violent for a few scenes. When we do see a bunch of special effects in this film, they're pretty aggressive. When we see either like Salma Hayek just going like, and then like either something happens, like someone falls over, or saying like they left in the car, that just felt like Chronicle all over again. And this is definitely not like trying to be like, because this film has like two knockoffs of what they're doing. Like they're knocking off The Matrix from its premise, and some of the effects just felt like a knockoff to Chronicle, which that just felt unnecessary. Just felt like it shouldn't have been in this film. And for the acting in this film, you got like I said, you've got Owen Wilson and Salma Hayek in this movie, two really talented actors. Them two together, their chemistry, it was alright, and the acting was solid enough, although some of the elements I just didn't really find them convincing for the characters. Like, you got Owen Wilson's character, who recently we find him that he's been recently divorced, and then he most recently gets fired from his job, and then he meets Isabel, who's convincing him that the world he's living in is a computer simulation. and he's trying to figure out which like world he wants to live in and all that. I didn't find much convincing to Owen Wilson's character. I just felt a bit not really that much interesting. And Salma Hayek, who in this movie, which she kind of almost acts like a maniac of what she does in the film, because there are some moments where she acts a bit over the top. And when you see her, like, she's having fun, like, I can tell she's having fun in the role of what she's doing. It's not like she's awful in this movie. There's just a few elements I just thought was a bit too silly. And that's pretty much all I have to say about the acting. The acting in this film was solid enough. And for a few other ones, they were alright. They weren't awful. They just felt alright for the most part. But for overall Bliss, it's just a boring sci-fi romantic drama with decent effects, knockoff story and writing, decent effects, although some of them were just a bit of knockoffs, and some solid acting, although again the elements were just ridiculous, was just too silly. So that's pretty much what I have to say about Bliss. So overall, I'm gonna give Bliss a D. So yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for watching for my review of Bliss. If you did see the film on Amazon, again, it's on Amazon. If you did see the film, I'm curious to know what people think of this film. Did you enjoy this or did you not like this? Personally, like I said, I didn't like this movie. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching for my review of Bliss, and I'll see you all for my next movie review. And this has been Falcon's Media Corner signing off.